Hey folks, Dad here with Elevation Diecast Racing. We are going to do some Matchbox versus Hot Wheels. This is going to be a Decide Your Ride, but what we're going to do in this particular episode is run them down out of the blister. We're going to record the times, write them down, and then we're going to take them to the speed shop. So this is going to be a Decide Your Ride. Watch them roll all through the video. See what they get out of the package, and then decide from there which one you think is going to emerge victorious after we send them all to the speed shop. And I have another visitor, and he just won't go away. He is a very spoiled cat. So without any further ado, let's get into these Hot Wheels versus Matchbox. Today's featured channel is Tiny Track Cars. If you've not checked out this channel, I'm sure you have seen them. But if not, head on over there. Very cool track. This racing scene is set up really cool. And go give him a like, a subscribe. He's got weekly tournaments on tinytrackcars.com. You can go subscribe and sign up and join the races. So first up is going to be Team Hot Wheels Seared Tuner. He is a plastic base, metal body, 35.5 grams. Let's see how he rolls. We'll give him a roll down each lane. 2149. And for run number 2, 2136. Next one up is a Hammerhead, 33.1 grams. Run number 1, 2144. And for run number 2, 2146. Next one up for Team Hot Wheels is the Zender Fact 4, 34 grams. Run number 1, 2145. Run number 2, 2133. Next up is the 37.4 gram Dodge Sidewinder. Run number 1, 2122. And for run number 2, 2113. Next up is the Studebaker Champ, coming in at 42.5 grams. Run number 1, 2201. Run number 2, 2208. Next up is the 34.4 gram High Roller 2. Run number 1, 2223. And for run number 2, 2212. Next up is the 37.5 gram Cadillac Project GPT Hypercar. Run number 1, 2150. And for run number 2, 2143. Next up is the 40 gram even 70 Plymouth Superbird. 2201. And for run number 2, 2188. Next up, the Toyota GR86, 32 grams. Run number 1, 2251. And for run number 2, 2241. Next up is the 2020 Ford Shelby GT 500, 36.5 grams. Run number 1, 2185. And for run number 2, 2180. Check this track out. So cool. Excellent track cars. Look at the jump. Beautiful landing. The cars handle nicely around the track. Really like the spool head setup here. Ooh, pillar to post. Pretty neat. Next up for Team Hot Wheels, 33.6 gram Porsche 911 GT3. Lap number 1, 2185, and lap number 2, 2180. Next up is a Black with Flames Night Rider, 34.5 grams. It's kit. Run number 1. Oh, my Atlanta, 2371. And for run number 2, 2345. All right, next up is a 34.5 gram 1975 Datsun Sunny Truck B120. Run number 1. Talk about tiny wheels, 2188. Another cool series was the NASCAR series. Man, oh man, what a cool track. You gotta go check them out. Super exciting. Look at him passing them up. Man, he's cruising. Very cool. And for run number 2, 2181. Next up for Team Hot Wheels, gray Chevrolet Silverado EV, 34.5 grams. Run number 1. Sounds really smooth already, 2107. And for run number 2, 2105. Next up is the 99 Ford Lightning SVT, 2173. And for run number 2, 2168. And last up for Team Hot Wheels is the 35.6 gram high roller. Run number 1. Sounds pretty good, 2165. And for run number 2, 2154. So the top qualifier for the Hot Wheels is the Silverado EV at a 2105. Next up, driving for Team Matchbox, it is the Land Rover in green, 33.2 grams. Run number 1, 2261. And for run number 2, 2248. Next up from the Hero City series collection is the 36.7 gram Opel Frogster. Run number 1, 2211. And for run number 2, 2197. Next up for Team Matchbox, the BMW Z8, 48.3 grams. Run number 1, 2221. And for run number 2, 2213. Next up, 25 gram VW Concept Beetle Convertible. Run number 1. Not a bad roller, actually, 2188. Maybe we'll have a good one for the 30 gram and under. Run number 2, 2184. Next up is a Mercedes-Benz E-Class, 34.8 grams. Pass number 1, 2141. And pass number 2, 2142. Next up, another one from the Hero City collection. It is the Whistle Wagon. Let's see how he rolls. 2175. And I think I had him backwards. Let's roll him this way. And let's see if he whistles. No, but he does a 2170. Okay, next up, new for 2025, it's the 2023 BMW M2, 34.2 grams. Run number 1, 2237. And for run number 2, 2233. Next up, the 2024 Tacoma, 37 grams. Run number 1, 2223. And for run number 2, 2215. Next up is the 2021 Koenigsegg Gemera, 39.1 grams. Run 1, 2218. And for run number 2, 2218. Another one pushing the voltage, 32.5. It's the Rivian. Run number 1, 2192. And for run number 2, 2192. Next up for Team Matchbox, the only moving parts vehicle we have, 44 grams of the 2024 Mercedes-Benz G580 with EQ technology. And this G-Wagon does it for me. I like this. I like this a lot. Let's see what he does. 2198. And for run number 2, 2202. Next up from 1968, it is the Chevy C10, 41.8 grams. And run number 1, 2236. Run number 2. And it's 2224. Next up is the 1977 Jaguar XJ6C, 36.1 grams. Let's see what he does. 2161. TQ so far is the Mercedes E-Class, 2141. Run number 2, 2161. Next up is the 30-gram Tesla Roadster. Run number 1, 2217. And for run number 2, 2207. Next up is the Tesla Model S, 28.9 grams. Yikes, 2298. And run number 2, 2288. And last up for Team Matchbox is the Karma Revero, 32.6 grams. Run number 1, 2166. And for run number 2, 2153. And there you have it. These are the times. Our top qualifier is the Silverado EV truck for Team Hot Wheels, and the top qualifier for the Team Matchbox as of now is the Mercedes E-Class. And we'll see. This will be the race that will be shown right after qualifying for Hot Wheels versus Matchbox 31 to 40 weight class. So this will be the last race before the mail-in tournament begins for qualifying. So good luck, choose your ride, and we'll see you soon for this one. More to come after this.